Well, here you have it. A buck knife in a very big box. See here, one that is made in the USA. Genuine ebony hardwood handle. And you see here, if you can make it out, Folding Hunter 110 BRS-B 21119, made in USA. It's a buck 110. It showed up in the mail yesterday from Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I thought they had screwed up my order because I had ordered another knife, and two knives or two boxes showed up at the same time. And this is the first one I opened, was a buck 110, and it's like, oh my God, what did they do? I did not order a buck 110. Well, I didn't order a buck 110, but somebody ordered a buck 110 for me. And that was BH, who lives in Norway. He won last month's, when I did the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and I decided to do two instead of one. BH won the consolation prize, and believe me, the consolation prize was not the same amount of money that you would spend on a buck 110, but it showed up. I swear, out of nowhere, a buck 110 for me. I had mentioned in my last live broadcast that I didn't have a buck 110, and that's why I've never bothered to do a video on a traditional pattern video on the 5-inch lockback, because it's kind of hard to do a video on that pattern without addressing the fact of the buck 110. I mean, it would be like, an obvious error to even think about talking about 5-inch lockbacks without talking about a buck 110. And because of that, I guess, BH bought a buck 110 for me, and had it shipped from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and it showed up yesterday. It totally boggled my mind. I was shocked when it showed up. He had said a note saying, you should be expecting something in the mail soon. I had no idea what he was talking about or anything. And then the very next day, this shows up. And I tell you what, I'm pretty impressed. I'm really impressed with BH, the generosity of BH. I mean, the buck 110 is a really cool knife, but for a person who barely knows me, who only knows me from this channel, to invest that kind of money to me, I mean, words cannot express my gratitude for him. I was never planning on buying a buck 110, or if I did, it was going to be, one that was used that I could get really cheap. But this is brand new, brand spanking new, and it's an ebony wood. It says genuine ebony wood. There's no reason for Buck to lie about it. And for right now, I mean, there you have it. I mean, you heard the lock. See the lock in the back. Very stiff lock in the beginning. Made in USA. You can see here, brand new buck sheath. Now the sheath is made in Mexico, but I tell you, it's not a bad sheath still. I don't know if I'll be using it. My only problem with any of these kind of sheaths is the little metal, the clap, the little whatever you call it, the snap here, has the metal on the inside too, and that scratches the knife. I had a knife really get scratched up bad by that, so I usually don't like those kind of snaps. But I mean, really good solid leather sheath, and it's a buck 110 in ebony wood, and all I can say right now is thanks, BH. You really did catch me off guard. I joke about the only way I'm ever going to have a buck 110 is if somebody buys one for me. I really didn't expect anyone to actually go and do it, but I mean, I'm also not a person who looks a gift horse in the mouth. My father taught me a long, long time ago, if somebody gives you a gift, you thank them for it. The only time you don't accept a gift is when it's poison. And, well, a buck 110 is not poison. It is a really cool knife. And I will be doing a review on this specific knife later. And I will... Ooh! Got me. Did it get me? I poked myself. Almost, yep, there it is. I drew blood. I just barely poked myself. That's what happens when you get excited. Always be safe with a knife, children. I wasn't being too safe, but there you have it. My buck 110 has drawn blood, and I haven't even reviewed it yet. But really a cool knife and just a little bit of blood. So I can tell you one thing, it's very, very pointy. I'll do a review of the knife real soon, and then I will also do a video on the 5-inch lockback as a traditional pattern knife and talk more about the pattern itself. But for right now, I guess I'm going to go and clean up my hand, do a little disinfecting, and say once again to BH, thanks a lot for the buck 110. Even if it did poke me, man, this is such a cool knife. I barely even felt the poke. Yeah, gotta go cut me something else, something besides myself. Anyway, I'm letting you go now. Thanks again, BH. Terrific knife. Thank you so much. I don't know why I was being so pig-headed about not picking up a buck 110, but I tell you what, BH, you're a true gentleman to go out of your way to pick me up buck 110 and have it mailed to me. It's just a fantastic job on your part. Thank you very much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now to go clean up my bloody hand.